How do I get started doing probate deals? Hey guys, it's Brad from probatehouseguy.com. So I'm a real estate investor. I'm in Metro Atlanta, but I actually buy houses all over the place, in Georgia, outside of Georgia, you name it. I've done it, been doing this for a number of years, and I specialize in probate and inheritance deals. I have a website called probateresource.com, which is a way that we generate online inheritance and probate leads for our website through a content-based approach. But today I want to talk about doing probate deals. I've done them for a number of years, and I want to talk about what it takes to do those deals. And first of all, you need leads. With any deals in real estate, you need a lead source. The tried and true method that's been done for years is direct mail. I still do direct mail. I've been doing direct mail. I buy probate leads from a probate leads provider. I used to pull some of them myself, but what I found is that if you actually calculate what your time and effort is worth to get the leads, once you start to scale, it actually makes more sense to buy the leads from a leads provider. But in the beginning, you can very much go get probate leads from your local county courthouse and pull those leads yourself, or maybe you could pay someone to go down to the courthouse and do that for you. And when you're doing one or two counties or whatever, some of them are actually available online. Some of our local counties here, I actually used to have a VA that I paid to basically just go online and pull these leads off of these websites and enter them into a spreadsheet. But what I found is as I started to scale and I started to add more and more counties, from a time perspective, it actually just made more sense to buy the leads from one of the leads providers. There's a few different leads providers out there on the market that sell probate leads. I'm not going to get into the different lead providers in this video, but there's a few of them out there. If you need recommendations, feel free to reach out to me. Once you have gotten the leads, then you've got to market to these people. And you have to understand, okay, that probate leads are heavily marketed by realtors, by real estate investors, by all the other companies that might be involved in probate are heavily marketing to these people. And these people are being heavily marketed to within a very short period of time from when they filed the probate. You got to realize that you're swimming in the red ocean, as they call it, the sea of sharks. The blood is in the water. There's lots of people. You're going to have a lot of competition. So you've got to be very quick, or you've got to figure out a way to set yourself apart from the competition. I can't answer that question for you. You've got to analyze your competition and decide, how can I set myself apart from these people? But you've got to figure out a way to set yourself apart from your competition so that you do stand out in the red sea of sharks, right? You got to have the leads. You got to market to them, whether you're going to cold call them. A lot of these leads providers and a lot of these, there are phone numbers usually on these probate petitions. Sometimes there's not. There's almost always an address for the petitioner, which is typically going to be the administrator or the executor. And there's going to be a phone number there sometimes, and most of the time there's going to be an address, right? We do direct mail, and then you get into the argument of, should I send letters or should I send postcards? Honestly, they're both effective. It just really depends on what you're trying to target. Me personally, we send out postcards because we do such a large scale. I sent out 23,000 postcards last month to probate leads because I've built my list up over the years and I just keep adding to it and adding to it. And I only remove people on a certain calendar, and I have some certain criteria as to how I remove people from my list, but my list continues to grow every single month. I do postcards just because from a large scale perspective, I mean, letters cost twice as much as postcards, so I'd be spending twice as much money. You're almost $1 a letter, so that's, if I send out 20,000 letters, that's $20,000 in a month. Right now, I'm spending $10,000 to $11,000 a month in postcards. So you are spending a significant amount of money on mail the larger and larger you get. You have to understand, too, that probate deals take time. So just because someone reached out to you today and says they're ready to sell the house doesn't mean that you're going to be able to close that deal in the next couple weeks. More often than not, there's other title complications. There's issues with the probate. Maybe they're not done with probate. Maybe they are done with probate, but there's something in probate that wasn't done properly. You have to set the expectation up front that this deal is not going to close right away. So don't count your chickens before they hatch. Make sure that you are understanding that these deals take a longer life cycle. Now, these types of deals you're going to be very successful with them. They're going to generate a lot of revenue for you. They're going to be very fruitful deals. There are fewer of them. So if you are expecting like lots and lots of leads and you're like a high volume sort of outfit, probate's probably not the right fit for you. But if you're looking for sort of lower volume, higher quality leads, typically more motivated sellers, probate deals are probably the path for you. Now, you got to understand though, because I mentioned the red ocean, when you're early on and you're marketing these people, let's say they just filed for probate last month, these people are getting inundated with postcards. So what you're going to run into is you're going to run into what I call the investor dog and pony show. So you're going to get these basically the sellers like, hey, I'm taking bids, and they basically just say, hey, there's an open house, and all the investors show up and give me your offer and I'll pick the highest offer. I don't like to go to those because generally we're not the highest offer, and I don't like to get into bidding wars. So I don't really go to those if we do get them, because honestly the chances of us getting that deal are low. Now, there is success that if you are the first person in the door and you set a really good impression, or you're the last person in the door, those are your 2 points of success. The risk you run of being the last person in the door is that you had somebody before you that was really, really pushy and closed the sale and signed a contract before you ever showed up. That's happened to us before. So we always try to be the first person there, and we try to like sort of wow them and set a good example right off the front, and then we follow up. When you're doing these probate deals, your follow-up game needs to be extra strong. You must continually follow up these people for sometimes years to come. Just because they're reaching out to you today doesn't mean they're ready to sell to you today. They're thinking about it, but they might not be ready to sell. So you need to make sure that you are following up and your follow-up game is strong and consistent. Those are my tips to do probate deals, getting started in probate deals. I'll have some other videos about all the other aspects of doing probate deals, but in my opinion, doing this for a number of years, those are the things I can think of that would help you be successful doing probate deals. So thanks again for watching this video. I'm Brad with probatehouseguy.com. Appreciate it. If you want to reach out to me, have any questions for me, just go on the website. There's a contact form on the website, or you can call the number on our website on probatehouseguy.com, and you'll get in touch with me. So thanks again for your time. Appreciate it. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.